Hi, changebringer. Yes, you are a changebringer. Did you know if you change something inside of you, something will change in your world, in the world, and in the universe. That's how powerful you are. So let's bring some changes today. Today, this video is about how you can predict your future. And you don't have to be clairvoyant, or you don't have to be psychic or paranormal. I'm going to teach you how to do that. First of all, be aware that whatever you project out in the world will come back to you. So let's take an example. You go on holiday, but you have still some issues in your life, but you want to get out. You want to get out. But your mind is still, some issues there, and then you have to fix this and that. And when you come back, la da 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 da. Yeah, we all know how it goes in your mind. And you booked your flight, you come to the airport and there's a delay. Then you come to your hotel and your room is not ready. Blah, blah, blah. It's not a smooth travel. It's not a smooth voyage. So why is that? Because you're not 100% there. You're not 100% in that traveling situation, in that holiday situation. Part of you is still in your life that you wanted to leave behind and go on to a travel. Or for example, you just fell in love and you booked this flight and she or he can't come with you because, job or whatever. Then the flight will be delayed, or you have problems there, or because you want to be there. You want to be with your loved one. Do you understand? So if people came to me when I had a center in the middle of Antwerp, some people said, oh, I had a green light all the way. How come? You really, really, really were looking forward to come to me. And some people said, well, these people say, I really, this is a sign that I really should be here. No, it's not a sign. The universe doesn't give you signs. The universe just communicate. Yeah, they listen to you. They always say, okay. Even if you say, I'm doubting. So if people say, I had big traffic, I couldn't find your place, my GPS was not working correctly, should I be here? Is this not a sign that I should be here? No, the universe doesn't give you signs. And if you don't agree with me, just test it out. Just test it out. If you are really 100% for something, you really made a decision, you really said, yes, this is what I wish for, this is what I'm going to focus on, then everything goes smooth. And you expect it to be going smooth. But if you doubt and you start from an unpleasant emotion, and look at my video about emotions and tools. These are tools. And then you project unpleasant emotions on it, then it will be hard. Then there will be a lot of, things that go wrong, yeah, or difficult, or it's not there, or it's too late, and so on and so on. Yeah. So if you, whatever, I give you a very nice example. A friend of mine was trying to get her license years ago. And she really, really studied hard, and every time, just little things. And she was not getting her degree, her license. And she came to me and she said, God, it cost me a lot of money. And I really, really want my driver's license. Okay. So I said to her, every time you go to, for the examinations, what do you feel? She said, oh, I feel doubt and I feel unself-assured and I'm nervous. Nervousness comes from unpleasant emotions. And that's an indicator that you make unpleasant emotions. Use it as an indicator. And I said to her, Now focus on how does it feel that you get your degree, yeah, that you get your driver's license. In Belgium we call it a driver's license degree, but I don't know how you say it in English. But anyway, that you succeed. And she said, "Oh, it would be such a relief. I would be so happy." Um, because she already had a car in mind and everything, but she was anxious to get the driver's license. So I said, okay, focus on the outcome, focus on a happy outcome, focus on, yes, yes, happy emotions. You don't say, oh, wow, I got my degree or I got my driver's license. No, you go, yes, yeah, happy emotions, pleasant emotions, and you confirm it with happiness, with reaction emotions. Look at the other video about emotions. I explain you everything. And she did that. She did that. And the day after, she had to go for a driver's license. In the evening, she called me and she said, I passed. I got my driver's license. I said, did you do what I asked? She said, amazing. I wasn't even nervous. I was just sure that I'm gonna have it. She said it was a completely different feeling, completely different me who went through this examination. And that's how you can do it. So I have people who went to a clairvoyant and who had their future predicted. Very dangerous because it's determined, yeah. It goes into your unconscious too, because that lady told me, and that's gonna be, and you're gonna store it in your unconscious. So there's no choice anymore, and that's it. They made the decision for you. Realize that your future can always change if you make a new decision. Always, always, always. That's why I do not predict anybody's future. I will give some hints, or I will inspire people if I see they go into a destructive direction, but I will never predict their future. If I predict somebody's future, then it's gonna be it. I need to do it because I know it's gonna be a disaster, and I need to shake them, awake them. But I didn't do that a lot in my life. But it's really, a shake you know, I want to shake awake, yeah, because they were very destructive, or I could see this is not going to finish in a constructive way. Okay, but otherwise, I just inspire. I just give people hints about what you can do or how you can do it, or maybe there are other choices because they don't see the other choices. That's what I do. Because it's not my wish to take people's experience away, and it always reflects also on me. So if I take somebody's experience away, I will also be not punished, but um, my teacher told me never light a candle at both sides. So if you tell somebody's future, he said, you have the candle in your hand and you light it up here and up here, and you will get burned. So I remember that for always. Okay, so, but you can predict your future. How? So, for example, I had people coming in, they went to a clairvoyant and said, okay, there was a lady that said, the clairvoyant said that my daughter's going to die when she's that and that age. And, it was very close, that period. So she was all nervous. My daughter's going to die. She was wrecked. She came in and she said, God, this was said to me. That and that is going to happen. My daughter's going to die, blah, blah, blah. First of all, it's a heavy thing to say to a person. I had to say that once in my life to somebody, and I really had to say it because I needed to shake the person awake. And thank God she made a decision and it changed. But anyway, and sometimes there's no decision. Because mostly the decision is made by the creator, and we have an agreement. For example, I knew a year before my brother would die, and I did everything to reach out to him, and I couldn't reach him, and he died. So that was, set in stone, like they say. It was a contract with the creator. I did everything. I really, really did everything. I could not reach him. Could not reach him. And then I knew, okay, some things that's just meant to be. That's just already decided before you come to this world. Okay, so let's go back to the lady with the daughter. And I said to her, feel, feel, feel your daughter. Is she gonna die in this year? Because that was the prediction. I said, and now let go of all the blah, 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 blah in your mind. Just don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. Feel in your heart. Is it a yes or is it a no? And she said, it's a no. There you go. There you go. It's a no. So who are you going to believe? Your own heart or somebody who did a prediction? And then I saw her relief. Her aura became bigger. And she said, okay, so now make a new future. And she looked at me like, make a new future? Well, do you want your daughter to have a good job, a nice relationship, maybe marry, maybe have a child, maybe whatever you like, whatever in your mind? And she said, oh, yeah, I can imagine that, and put pleasant emotions on it. And that's how you can do it with everything in your life. So your feeling never lies to you. Your feeling never lies to you. So trust your feeling. But if your feeling is not strong enough, is not used enough, if your brain is this big, speaking aloud, screaming, and your feeling is this little voice that you even can't hear because your mind is, yeah, then you don't hear it. You don't hear your feeling. You do not feel it. You cannot use it. So that's why I advise people and motivate people also to feel, not only feel, yeah, because then you get very emotional. No. Feel and think at the same time. And we can do that. Children do that. That's how we get born. We feel and think at the same time. For example, if you now listen to me and you look at the screen, you can feel your bum sitting on something. And you feel the pressure in your buttocks. You can feel that your feet are on the ground. You can feel that you breathe. You can feel your eyelashes go up and down. You can feel that, don't you? So you feel while you're listening to me. And don't stop listening to me. Just keep on listening and you at the same time feel. So activate your feeling. And then follow your feeling. Your feeling will tell you if you're nervous, unpleasant emotions. If you're UPIA, if you're happy, pleasant emotions. And you project it all the time. Like radars. We're projecting. And then transmitters. We're projecting. That's a better word instead of radars. And then what happens? You get it back what you project. So if people say, God, I owe a lot of money to somebody, okay. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pay it back. Okay. That's an unpleasant situation. Okay, how can we change that? How can we change that? First of all, do you know the feeling of abundance? Do you know the feeling of thank you, gratitude, thank you, receiving, thank you? Do you know that? Is that in balance? Are you receiving as much as you give or share? If you have a lot of abundance, you share, you don't give. If you have lack, you give. I'll make a video about that because that's an important one. So you have a lot of choices. Make a decision. Make a decision. Are you a person? Are you ready to live in abundance? Do you like living in abundance? Are you afraid of when you live in abundance to lose it, for example? Or that people change, you look at you in a different way, or what, blah, 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 whatever the yapper is telling you. The ego. Do you think maybe that you have no goal if you paid off all the money? And so on and so on. There's always misery street. Yeah, your ego always loves to keep you in the misery street. So you have a lot of choices, unpleasant and pleasant one. So for example, I'm gonna attract a situation that brings me abundance so I can pay back the money. And it doesn't need to be money. Maybe you get something that you can sell, or maybe you inherit something, or maybe that you don't know. That's off your radar. You don't see it. Leave that to the creator. The how, the where, the when, leave that to the creator. Don't take away his job. Just feel how it feels to pay back that money. It's a big relief, Kat. If that would be happening, that would be amazing because it's a burden on my neck now. Okay, so focus on the relief. Focus on, I paid off that money. Wow. It feels good. It feels freedom. It feels pleasant emotions. Feel free. I feel worthy. I feel safe, and so on and so on. Project these pleasant emotions on it, and you will know the outcome. A lot of people say, I know it. I knew it. I knew that that would happen. How did you know that? Well, I could feel it. I could feel it. Yeah. And a lot of people always listen to their second voice. And I always say, don't listen to your second voice. Always listen to your first voice. But sometimes this first voice is a very, very weak whispering voice, and the second voice is this, this animal or shouting ego. And I always say, don't trust your second thought. Don't trust your second thought because that's the ego thought. So, and then people say to me, I knew it, I knew it. And how did you know? But you didn't listen. Why? Because the second voice was too loud, was dominant, was pushing it, was telling you again and again, no, do it, do it, do it. And your first voice said, no, you get in danger, or no, you're gonna lose, or no, it's not gonna be. And then in the first voice, that's something you can change also. The outcome you can change. If you listen to your first voice, ask yourself, do I like that to be the outcome? No, then make another decision. And that's how you can predict your own future. A lot of people know their own future already. If you, for example, think, what's going to happen with, where am I going to be within this and 1 year? I always say that to people in the beginning of a year. So next year, are you going to be in the same situation? Are you going to be the same person? Of course not. What is going to be changing? And then people say, well, I expect this or this or this happening. And how do you know? You feel it. Yeah, you feel it. So activate your feeling. It is not something female. It is a tool that can access to the emotions, the pleasant and the unpleasant emotions. And emotions are not your enemy. Emotions are your tools. Please look at the video about the emotions. Emotions are tools that you can make your own future. And of course, then you can predict already what is going to happen. And you don't need a clairvoyant. And you don't need a psychic person to predict your future. No, you can make it yourself. You can make it yourself. And you know what? That gives a lot of freedom. That gives a lot of power, freedom, and makes you a happier person at the core of you, because you are that. You are a creator. You are a change bringer. So let's bring some changes. Bring changes in your life, pleasant ones, and it will have a big impact on your surroundings, on the people around you, the animals around you, the plants around you, the the housing, the society. It has a huge impact. If you decide to do something from a pleasant, starting from a pleasant emotion, and you expect the outcome to be pleasant, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to whistle and be happy all the time and have a positive influence on other people. You inspire others, you become a role model. It's going to be a fantastic life around you and inside of you. You don't have to escape to have a holiday or an escape in the weekend to drink or whatever. I will make a video about that, about alcohol, what happens to you when you drink alcohol. Well, anyway, make your own future and make it fun one for you and your loved ones and people around you and animals and plants. Make it a lovely life. That's why you're here. You can do that. I did it. You can do it. I saw many people do it, and there's a lot of books about it. So don't go to a clairvoyant, because if you go to a clairvoyant, they determine your outcome, and the only thing you do is doubting. You give your power away, your power of transmitting, and also your power to change, because it's determined. She said it or he said it, it's going to be like that. And then the choices all drop away, and then you live the life somebody else told you what's going to happen. You wish to do that? Is that your wish to live like that? I don't think so. So make it yourself. Every day you have a lot of choices. You can make a decision. You can make a decision. Make decisions in life about food, about your health, about your happiness, what makes you happy, about your environment, about your how you live, where you live, with whom you live. Go on, have some fun. I'll see you in the next video.